Good evening and welcome to the news at 10. A Royal Jordanian Air Force drone crashed east of the city of Mafraq. A military source said the drone made an emergency landing after suffering a technical failure before crashing and catching fire. The government reduced the prices of oil derivatives for the month of July but kept unchanged the price of a cooking gas cylinder. The government's oil pricing committee set the price of unleaded 90-octane gasoline at 650 fils per litre, down from the price of 665 fils. Unleaded 95-octane gasoline will be sold at 865 fils per litre instead of 890. Diesel and kerosene were priced at 465 fils per litre, down from 480. The price of a cooking gas cylinder was fixed at 7 GDs, according to the amendment, which will take effect tomorrow. US-backed Iraqi forces attacked Daesh's remaining redoubt in Mosul's Old Quarter, a day after formally declaring the end of the insurgents' caliphate and the capture of the historic mosque. Dozens of civilians fled in the direction of the Iraqi forces, mostly women and children, some wounded, thirsty and tired. Counter-terrorism service commanders said the battles ahead will be difficult as most of the terrorists are dug in the middle of the civilians, using them as human shields. Those who escaped today streamed through alleyways near the Grand Al-Nouri Mosque, which Daesh blew up a week ago. US-backed Syrian Kurdish militia clashed with Daesh terrorists in eastern neighborhoods of Raqqa. Videos showed fighters firing machine guns and RPGs and throwing a hand grenade at Daesh. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said the group had retaken most of the industrial district of Raqqa after mounting a fierce counter-attack against the Syrian Democratic Forces. In the west of Raqqa, a Syrian military source said the army has driven the terrorist group out of its lost territory in Aleppo province in a strategically important move that relieves pressure on a government supply route. Nearly 500,000 Syrians have returned to their homes so far this year, including 440,000 internally displaced people and more than 31,000 returning from neighboring countries. A UNHCR spokesman said that this trend was significant and that the majority of the people are returning to find family members or to check on their properties. He said the UNHCR was not facilitating the return of refugees for now, while conditions of safety and dignity cannot be ensured in Syria. Over 5 million people have fled Syria since 2011, seeking safety in Lebanon, Turkey, Jordan and beyond, and 6.3 million are displaced inside the country. 5 suicide bombers attacked Lebanese soldiers as they raided 2 Syrian refugee camps in the Irsal area at the border with Syria, and a 6th militant threw a hand grenade at a patrol. The army said 7 soldiers were wounded and a girl was killed after one of the suicide bombers blew himself up in the midst of a family of refugees. A security source said that the raids were part of a major security sweep by the army in an area that has been a flashpoint for violent spillover from the Syria crisis. U.S. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell decided to delay a vote on healthcare legislation in order to get more support from Republican senators. According to a Senate aide, the move averted a potentially disastrous defeat by members of his own party. Earlier, President Donald Trump had summoned all 52 Republican senators to the White House to discuss how to proceed. The delay in the vote was a sign that McConnell and Trump have failed so far to attract enough votes amid a solid block of Democratic opposition and attacks from both moderate and conservative Republican senators. Apple's iPhone turns 10 this week, evoking memories of a rocky start for the device that ended up starting the smartphone revolution. Apple has sold more than 1 billion iPhones since June 2007, but the first iPhone, which launched without an app store, was limited compared to today's version. This report has more.
Turrentine.
The iPhone's not going anywhere. It is a staple of how we all expect to be able to communicate in the future.
Fans and investors are now looking forward to the iPhone 8, expected this fall. The new version is rumored to have 3D mapping sensors, a new display with organic LEDs, and support for augmented reality apps that would merge virtual and real worlds.
And finally, it will be warm tonight in most regions with light winds. Tomorrow, hot weather is expected to continue across the kingdom, with a high of 33 degrees in Amman and a high of 41 degrees in the Dead Sea. Winds will be northwesterly, moderate to brisk. In the Gulf of Aqaba, the temperatures will hit a high of 42 degrees and a low of 27 at night, with moderate winds and calm seas. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news. I'm Leo Balkar. Thank you for watching.